is very important if you're a seller in Amazon because you'll be able to leverage the promotional tools to help to scale your business by getting more visibility for your product. And also, after Prime Day, you can still use promotional tools to get the promotions going to still get more visibility for your product sales, right? Because there are people who are still buying even post Prime Day. Or even for me, right now I am still also looking around if there's any more good deals that I can find on the Amazon. So today is part two, and then some important notice I want to share with everyone. Okay, so if you are new to the live webinar series, do remember to subscribe to our official YouTube channel. Right, so we have a dedicated playlist which is all the recording of the live webinar that you're watching now. Now, however, the Q&A section will only be exclusively for the live attendee. So, to be fair to all of you who actually share your time with me over here. Okay, last but not least, whatever you've seen here is updated as of today. So if you're watching the playback, I would encourage you to look at the online resources from Seller University or the Seller Central Help. Okay. All right, quick introduction again. Seller education consists of the Seller University and also the live webinar you're attending now. So we try our best to provide free educational content and training through a variety of programs that we have, like PDF documents, one pager, and even interactive live webinar like this. All right, this is what we're going to cover today. All right, so if you missed part one, I'm going to share the recording link later. Right. So 1, 2, 3, we already covered during our part one session of this promotional tools webinar. Right. Today we'll be covering deals. What is deals? What's outlet deals? Outlet sales. What are the things you can use, such as the social media promo code. Right. And last but not least, some quick tips on how you can use the tools more effectively for your own store. All right, so if you missed part one, we ran through part one, and together during part one, we do have invited speaker from Payoneer to join us as well. Now, the bigger QR code you see is the QR code that links to the YouTube playlist, the video directly. All right. So coming back to today's topic, one of it I'm going to start off is with deal. So there are various scenarios and restrictions that you should know about before using what are the three most common type of deals. So in this section, I'm going to explain what are the scenario, what are the conditions, and maybe some simple steps on how you can create these types of deals. Okay, very quickly. So this is where typically deals will appear. If you have been shopping on Amazon.com, you will see there's a section on like today's deals. And then over here, it will highlight the different deals, such as the deal of the day. All right, and then further down, it will be the other deals like lightning deals and 7-day deals. Right, just key thing to note that I highlighted here in red is that the same ASIN, right, the same product, Amazon ASIN, meaning the same product that you have cannot participate in more than one deal at the same time. All right. So first one, lightning deal, sometimes it's also called LD. All right, this is the limited time. It's a high traffic kind of campaigns that we have here. Right, so you can set a discount for a limited time. And then after that, when the time's up, you can restore back to your product original price when a certain number of sales are met, which is something that you can set it as well. Right, I'm going to just zoom in a bit. All right, so where it will appear, as I mentioned earlier on, it will appear in the Today Deals page. Right, it will also appear in the list of product that it will appear in the search result. Right, they will appear as a limited time deals. Right, and also in the product detail page, the listing, it will also show up. So at any point of time, when your customer is browsing through your listing, there will be signs or showing up that says this is a deal. All right. So why do you use these? You will use this to promote your brand, increase your product exposure, definitely, right? With the today's deal page and also with the kind of deal labeling that you see in the previous slide, it will definitely attract, more eyeballs on it. Right, and then the other few points you can quickly look through, all right, but then also you can see that during your end of season, if you have overstock inventory, you can also make use of lightning deals to get more interest in your product. Some suggestions here, right? You can use lightning deals, for example, use on your fast selling products, all right, that you want to clear even faster by using lightning deals. Right, because there will be a huge amount of traffic to the participant product due to the different potential pages and placement that will be available when you ran the deals. Right, so you want to make sure that you create your lightning deals ahead of time and then you have enough stock. For example, if you are intending it to run it longer, all right, to avoid any out of the stock scenario. Sorry. All right, these are some eligibility requirement. All right, so I wouldn't say, I wouldn't suggest you to read too much into it because when you are trying to create a deal, first of all, only deals that is eligible, it will appear in the deals page. All right, it will put through like a recommendations, right? But it is good as a guideline for you to know how you can or what you can do to have the recommendation pop up and appear for you, right? So some key eligibility is that your product rating need to have at least 3 stars rating or above, right? And then with 5 or more review. And for all of you, which I think you're selling in the US store, right? No review is okay, but again, your product rating must have at least 3 stars and above, right? And your seller's rating as well, right? The your seller's rating, not the product rating. Seller rating also need to have at least 3.5 stars and above, all right, together with at least 5 reviews. Okay, so this is why it's important, for you to also provide good service, customer service to your customer as well, right? In the event that you might be doing self shipping or what, then that might have an impact on your seller rating as well. Okay, last but not least, all right, again, on the delivery method, your product has to be either fulfilled by FBA or self shipping. All right. So the steps are pretty easy. You just go to advertising. All right. My UI might not be the latest one. All right. So some of you might be seeing the more familiar with the older interface, which is the one that is on the top navigation, but I think probably most people are seeing the left navigation already, but it's the same. You just go to the advertising tab and look at the deals. That's where you can find it, right? And then you will create deals, create a new deal, right? And the next step, it will actually ask you which products that you want to create a deal. So as I mentioned earlier on, if you do not have any eligible product, it will not appear here, right? Right, next one, you can start to schedule your deal. Right, you can choose when you want your deal to happen. There'll be a few dates that will appear for you, and especially if there are events, right, you'll be shown as well. Right, not sure if you all realize this. I'll mention as well later on the deal fee. So on the next step, once you select the product, the ASIN you want to participate to in this deal, or you can set what is the deal price, right? And then what are the discount per unit, right? And then how many stocks that you committed to, etc. Okay. On the final page, you just need to make sure to review the deal details. Is everything that you selected early on correct? So if it looks correct on the top right hand corner, just click Submit Deals. So once you submit the deal, right, you will be able to look at the make sure that once your deal is live, you can look at the performance, right? How you can check, same, go to the advertising tab under the deals option, right? You'll be able to see the different deals that you have already submitted or participating in, right? And what are the sales, etc. Right, so these are the pretty much the same step in the sense that on the same page that you create deal, you'll be able to see all your existing deal and your deals that is submitted. Right. So if you have Seller Central Access, which I believe most of you would have, all right, then you will be able to search for the information if you want to learn more about the deal fees. Now, in summary, I can just let you know that deal is not something that is free. To participate in a deal, you will need to provide the deal fees. Right, as you can see earlier on, the fee can range from $150 to maybe even 300 depending on which period of the time you're running deals, right? Because it's a very high traffic kind of campaign, right? So obviously you want to make sure you do your due diligence, make sure that running deals. Sorry, sorry, the light turned off in the room. Make sure that when you're running deals, you also want to factor in the deal fee itself to check whether it makes sense for you to run the deals given how much you are selling for your product, etc. All right. So when you have submitted your deals, or rather when your deal is shown as in progress when it's running, you will not be able to adjust the active pricing, etc. already. All right. And then when it's coming soon, means your deal is going to start soon. All right. If you successfully submitted your deals, try to minimize making any changes because that might render your deal be invalid or won't be able to start, right? So do not do any of these things like editing your price or deleting your listing or create a new child ASIN when you already have a deal that shows coming soon. Right, so 7-day deal is also another type of deal. Again, it's also a limited time promotion offer. All right, so the difference is that it will appear, like for example, 7-day deal will appear for 7 days. Right, so sometimes the duration may be different depending, but in general, it's a 7-day deal. All right. So 7-day deal typically, might be a 1 week promotion on the deal page. All right. So some differences. Again, the whole idea is still again to help you to also help to reduce your inventory, excess inventory, etc. Right. And then also for this deal type, there is a maximum of 15% off the regular selling price. So what are the scenarios? You can choose to use this type of promotion when you want to offer like sales growth opportunity for product with stable sales, or as a warm-up before a big promotions that you might have coming up. Now, again, these are the criteria, right? Not to, you don't have to remember. Yep. Similarly, when you have eligible deal, it will pop up on your deals page as well to let you select which of your ASIN is available for which type of deals. Okay, the steps are generally the same, just that whether you choose which type of deal. So I won't go through the steps again. It's typically the same steps as you can see. Right. So there are some fee again. All the deals comes with a fee, right? We just focus on the North American store, which is what most of the sellers are here are in typically. Right. It might range around $300 USD, right, for a deal. Right, so there are some other requirements you want to make sure as well. So if you want to submit for this deal, it must not have participated in any Lightning deal in the past 30 days or any of the deal of the day within the last 60 days. Right. Right, so the next one is the top deal, or they call it deal of the day, or top deal. Right, this one will actually have to draw the highest traffic among all the different deals. Right, for this you will actually get the top level placement during the promotion, where you will receive the top deal logo, etc. Right, this is really helping you to increase further your brand and product exposures. Right, you can promote several of your product as well using the top deal. Right. So again, this is not every other product you can submit to participate in this deal. It has to be a hot selling product, right? And this is on invite only. Typically, you will either receive an email from Amazon, or if you have an account manager, your account manager will reach out to you, right, when you have products that is eligible to participate in top deals. So if you really see an email from Amazon telling you that you have eligible ASIN product that you can submit for top deals, do take advantage of the opportunity, because this is something not everyone will be able to have this unless you really have a very hot selling product, and then this will be available to you. And on this page, this is the eligibility. All right. You can see that the eligibility is way higher compared to the other deals that I shared earlier on. All right, so how do you create this? Again, this have to be done through the account manager if you have, or through the email that you receive from Amazon. Right. So some differences just to share over here. The difference between the common deal type, lightning deal, 7-day deal, and deal of the day, and also the suggested products. All right. So you can take a screenshot or later on review the recording. But again, if you watch the recording down the road, you might want to watch the later one, because sometimes the eligibility and these stuff like this could change. Right. As you can see, the main difference I would just want to share is that top deals, right, the deal of the day are actually free compared to the other deals which you got to pay a fee for the deal fee, right? All right, I hope everyone has an idea of the deals, promotions available. So if you have any question, remember to put it into the question box. Right now, I'm going to move on to outlet deals and outlet sales. So what is this outlet deals and outlet sales? So this is very, I would say, more of a US centric term, like outlet sales thing, right? I think in generally in Southeast Asia or even in Singapore, we like to call it clearance sales. All right. So it's the same concept, right? So in Amazon, there's actually an outlet page. All right. So difference between outlet sales, outlet deals. So outlet deals, you will be able to submit like limited time, usually 2 weeks, deals on the outlet page, right? And then outlet sales are just the regular sales you offer, but you offer it on the outlet page as well, right? And then of course there are requirements in terms of what is the minimum discount requirement, etc. So this is very useful when you have like too many overstock inventory, all right, or you need to clean up your inventory by running this kind of deal. So this is the outlet page. All right, if I remember correctly, you can go to amazon.com/outlet, all right, you will reach the outlet page actually. All right. So whatever, outlet sales, outlet deals that you participate, your product will appear on those outlet page that user can search from. All right. These are the requirements that you can. Now, again, similarly, if your product is not eligible, you won't be able to submit it to be participating in the outlet deals or outlet sales. Right, for outlet deals and outlet sales, the step is slightly different. All right, to go to this page, right, first of all, you need to go into the inventory, FBA inventory tool, all right, and then you search for the step one, right, go to your inventory page, right? And then you find the list of eligible inventory for outlet deals, right? So you can do a drop down and select create outlet deal or create outlet sale. After that, you'll be prompted to enter the outlet price you want to set, the start and the end date. All right, similarly for outlet sale, it's the same steps, all right? But at the step of choosing, you choose create outlet sale instead. All right. So another easier way is, if you don't want to remember all these steps, right, I would teach you all is to use the Seller Central help search on the top. Actually, that's how I normally do. Right, I find it a bit more challenging for me to remember where to go to. I would just typically use the Seller Central search bar on top and quickly just search for outlet deals, outlet sales, and then the help guide will appear, and I can click on the page to get to the page. All right. So compared to deals, right, for outlet deals and outlet sales, you don't need to pay any fee. Right. So any other standard shipping and referral fee will apply depending on which kind of fulfillment method you choose, but there are no outlet deal or outlet sales fee you need to pay for. All right. So these are the difference between outlet deals and outlet sales. All right. I'm gonna leave it here for a moment first. All right. If you have any question, let me know. All right. Okay. All right. So, yep, going forward to the next one. Right. So the next one is the social media promo code. All right. This is something quite underutilized by most seller, I would say. So what is this social media promo code, right? So this promo code can help you create a more targeted promotion. You can use it on your own page, or you can use it in combination with Amazon Associate or the Amazon Influencer program to bring in traffic from outside Amazon. All right. So this is how it's gonna look like typically, right, on the dedicated promotion page, right? So you can see pretty much similar in terms of this, but on the checkout page, people can see what are the promo code they use for your product. All right, so you will only be able to unlock these if you're a brand owner, right? And you own the brand, and then you will be able to unlock these. You'll be able to create the social media promo code. Right, so using these, you can actually have an exclusive, kind of offer page for your customers. Right. So when you create a promo code, right, you will get a URL, a link for each promotion with a unique marketing page that display eligible product and the promotion details. You can also even customize your promotions, right? Set the number of limit that the promotion can be used, and to drive more sales, etc. There's actually more flexibility. There's no limit on how many this kind of social media promo code that you can create. So to be eligible, right, you have to have this discount requirement. So when you create this, right, it must be at least 4 hours before. So it will take about 4 hours before it go live, and you can run up to maximum of 30 days, right? And then the discount you are providing cannot exceed 80%, right? And must be at least 5% of the current price, right? So the range of discount you can provide is between 5 to 80%, right? So the product requirements is you need to have at least 20 reviews, right? And then 80% or more of the feedback is positive. And as well, the brand registry enrollment. Okay, so how you can go on to create it, right? It is under promotions actually. Right. Similarly, this is under advertising, but you go to the promotions menu, right? And then you will be able to see this part called create a promotion. Now again, I do encounter some seller telling me they cannot see this, even though they are already brand registry enrolled already, even though they are enrolled, but they cannot see this. So I'm not sure why, but if that really happens, you can create a ticket with the seller support team and tell them, and then they'll be able to activate that for you. All right. So this is how it looks like when you're creating your social media promo code. Right. Again, it's a step-by-step guide for you, which are the item, percentage off, etc. You can customize the date, right, etc. Yep, and the scheduling. Next one, you can set the different type of claim code type. Do you want to share this promo code with the Amazon influencer and associate? So that's a Amazon program that this group of associate influencer will apply to, and then on their end, they will be able to look at what are the promo codes available for them to share it on their own network or their own social channels, right? And how many redemption you want to allow for each customer. So last but not least, just review it when it's done and then make sure that everything is okay. Right, these are all sample for your reference. And similarly, so this social media code are free. There is no fees for you to use it. Right, but the standard shipping and referral fee when you use this tool will apply. And of course, all the requirements, eligibility requirements I shared earlier on will be applicable as well. Alright, so keep in mind when using this tool, right now, if my info is right, this is only available in the US to seller they are enrolled with new Amazon brand registry. Right, so meaning that if you're selling into the US, then you will be able to see this because I can see this in my account actually. Alright, so you should be able to see this as well. But if you cannot see this, I would suggest you to create a SPS ticket and tell them that you can't see this option. They'll be able to unlock it for you. Yeah. So I think that's all we have. Now, before I end, just want to share some tips on successful promotion. All right, how to increase the possibility of getting the ASIN recommendation for deals. All right, so to raise the possibility or the odds of getting recommended for high profile deals, because like I mentioned earlier on, deals of the day, even though it's free, but deal of the day will be on a recommendation basis, either through the email or your account manager. And then for lightning deals and the 7-day deals, similarly, when you go to the deals page, you must be able to see your eligibility ASIN appearing. If not, you won't be able to submit any form of deals. So your product has to be eligible for deals before it will appear for you to select. All right. Right, some tips here I think it was sharing here, right? So you need to have cumulative sale volume, try to get reviews, get more stars rating, right? So you will get more better recommendation. And then during non-sales period, meaning that it's not like, key like Prime Day or Black Friday, Cyber Monday, etc. You should still try to launch promotions, use other marketing promotion tools to increase sales, you know, and then that will help you raise the odds of getting your ASINs be recommended in deals that you can participate in. So lastly, I think this pricing is quite important. Something that I didn't know before I myself started selling on Amazon is try to, you must really understand your product cost so that you will be able to calculate and arrive at a comfortable margin that makes you feel like your time is worth, right? So this is really important as there are restriction or rather there are eligibility on the minimum price discount that you need to provide on. So if you have a clear clarity on your product cost and how much of a profit that you can make from each product, take into consideration, all your other costs that you might incur, that'll really help you to decide how much of promotions that you can further give to your customers and which kind of deals that you can participate in and what are the promotion tools that will be most suitable for you to drive more sales. Right. And lastly, I think the deal plan, right, is something that you want to keep in mind because certain period of the time, like for example, Prime Day or Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the deal submission period may actually open up pretty soon. Like just, if I can recall top of my head, like for Prime Day deals, I think the submission opens around April, if I'm not wrong, even though Prime Day is just over in July. So typically around 2 months to 3 months before, the deal submission will typically open up. So you should have a plan, in this, like what happens if you unable to submit any deals or if your deals didn't get approved, what are the other promotion plans you have in mind, etc. So um, think about it so that you don't, pass up or you don't what do you call it? So you don't miss the chance to for this opportunity for the high traffic volume that you might get by participating in the deals. So that's something you want to keep in mind. The next key sales event should likely be the Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So yep, that's something that you want to keep in mind as well. Right, lastly, these are the events that, oh sorry, these are the webinars that I have in July. Right, tomorrow we have a Amazon Ads webinar together with Hui Xiao Ads Manager. So if you are keen to understand more about ads, you should join us tomorrow if you have not signed up yet. Right, and then last webinar that we have in July, it's more for, I would say, more for newer sellers. Might not be relevant for the audience today, but if you have friends interested, you can sign up. So for the August webinar is also actually out. You should be able to see on our official website, or you can scan the QR code later on because I have yet to update the links in the QR code here. So over here, I do put a lot of useful resources for newer sellers in your year 1 or 2. Or I try to put as much resources that I find it useful during my time as a new seller as well in this resourceful link here. So do bookmark this page and revisit it as often. All right, there are some communities. If you have not joined, you should join in those communities as well.